Hello, hello. Welcome. I am forgetting how to change the background. Not that that's important. Nothing is important. Just having the desire to see Ramana Maharshi. I could just put him, but that would be maybe inauthentic. I'm not trying to give words to his image. Anyways, it is what it is. So, being with what is as what is. And actually there's an issue with the title because it's oh my gosh, I can't talk. Maybe I shouldn't be doing a video. Ambiguous or misleading perhaps. But anyways, being with what is implies two things. And really what this message is about is only one thing, or possibly even no thing. So being with what is, you know what, that's fine too. Lately, I'm really enjoying this whole 2, 1, and 0 perspective. And of course, ultimately what is being said here is that all perspectives, they're not right or wrong. They just simply are what is. I don't think any of us would be so arrogant or ignorant to walk up to someone and say, your perspective, what you are perceiving, even probably more accurate, is somehow wrong. It can't be wrong or right. It's just what is. In other words, the physical, biological, human body, psychological perhaps even, it's simply perceiving what is as it does. So it can't be right or wrong. Now, whether or not conditioning or genetics or astrology or any of these things influence or affect the perceiving itself, perhaps that is up for debate. But still, regardless, it doesn't really matter because what is being said is that what is. It's so pure. It's so pure. What is. So however, your body is perceiving, your brain is perceiving, your senses in a way, however they are taking information, and however things are being cognized or thought of or perceived is exactly what's happening. How can one judge that? Now, what does happen, of course, is that perceiving happens. Perhaps a story is created about what is being perceived, and all of those things I mentioned before, conditioning, astrology, all these kind of things, just biology. Perhaps then an opinion is formed about what is being perceived, and perhaps even something stronger like a belief, right? Even an observation, right? I mean, this image behind me is not real. I mean, it is real, but we're not actually, that's my chair here. Oh, no, I see. Wait, I don't know this image. Yes, there's a white chair here. Sorry. Anyways, we are not sitting right now at this lake. I am not there for sure. And had we been there and had we watched, let's say, two people meet, in some cultures, if they just said hello, that's fine. If they held hands, if they gave a kiss on the cheek, if there was a little smooch, in other words, everyone is going to perceive that interaction a little bit differently. Some people wouldn't even care if, a couple just started making out or whatever. Other people would be horrified by that. And the thought, the belief, the opinion would be, that is wrong. you shouldn't be doing that, right? So thoughts, opinions, beliefs, all of these things are part of what we could call the collective reality. They are, in a way, the content that makes up what we call culture or society or the world. When we say, like, what's happening in the world? What's happening in the world? We pick up our phone, we go to Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or anything, TikTok, and we see that, which we should remind ourselves is only one uh, perspective as well, or many, but few. It's not everyone, it's not everywhere. But we see these images, we see these actions, we see events, experiences, things happening. And we say, oh, this is the world. This is what's happening in the world. And it's true to some degree. It's not the entire world. We will never be able to perceive, as a physical body, it's impossible to perceive everything, of course. Even in my room right now, this room, I'm actually in a room, I'm not at the lake. It would be impossible for me to, even if I soften my gaze and sort of look around, I'm going to miss something. I'm going to miss some details. I'm going to miss a few of the objects. I'm just not going to perceive them. It's too many objects, too many objects. So if I really take my time, that might be a waste of time. I don't know, or it might be quite interesting. And I just literally go inch to inch, object to object. And actually, it is kind of a nice meditation, just sort of taking in what is. One could do that. But what is being said here is that this room, this apartment building, this city, this country, this region, this world, it cannot be perceived in its totality by one person. This is why we make generalizations. This is why we're so quick to come up with an opinion about something. We see something on the news, we say, oh, this is reality, or this is what's happening. He said this again, or, oh, the world is, going to hell in a handbasket, or whatnot. Or it's amazing. Some people are maybe perceiving, oh, wow, their bubble, and, oh, wow, we went on another vacation, or we bought another yacht or another car, or, my 5 lovers, or my spiritual events, my spiritual experiences. I am submerged and immersed in only spiritual events, and I'm blissing out every day looking at the picture of Ramana, Ramana Maharshi, or something like that. So there are, gosh, I forget, I think about 8 billion people now, right? For sure 7. I think it's even 8 now. But anyways, a lot of people are here on the planet, and every human being has their own unique, both expression as a unique individual, but also their, let's say, unique perspective. 2 eyeballs, 1 eyeball, maybe they have 1 eyeball, and they are taking in all of the information around them, which is, again, what is. For each individual, you could say that, it is, that they are experiencing what is. Thoughts are what is. Feelings, emotions, emotional reactions are what is. The taste in the mouth, the smells, the odors coming into the nose, the sounds being perceived by the eardrums, the touch of the hand or the buttocks on the seat, on the chair, or the how cold the arms of the chair are against the skin, the feet upon the ground. All of these, well, the 5 senses taking in all of this information, a lot of it probably we're not even aware of, or we just sort of take for granted, because if there's no pain, usually if there's no pain in the body, We don't really even necessarily feel the body or perceive the body, um, because everything is fine, or it's neutral, or maybe it even feels good. If it feels good, like really good, ooh, then maybe that catches our attention, right? This is all about awareness, what I'm saying right now, and attention. What is taking your attention? What is taking your time and your energy? What do you find interesting? Nisargadatta said, we find the mind very interesting. We find the drama, the story, we find separation, duality, to be very interesting, to be intriguing, to be maybe a problem we want to solve. And therefore, our attention goes outward onto these various objects, basically. And as a result of that, perhaps what could be said is that we are leaving our own self awareness, whatever the self is, or if there is a self, and we're going outwards looking for pleasure, looking for something, maybe entertainment in a way, something which takes us away from the emptiness of what is, because what is empty, full. It's nothing appearing as everything. And so for the human body, it is said also by Nisargadatta that life is a river that flows between the banks of pain and pleasure. And so for most people who feel like a separate person, sort of either consciously or unconsciously, their desire, their plan every day and every moment is to go towards that which brings them pleasure, fulfillment, satisfaction, and to stay away from those people or experiences that might, because we don't really know, might bring us pain, that look painful, that seem painful, seem that they would be painful. I don't think I want to do this or talk to them or have that experience. And thank you. I think I'll just stay in my comfort circle. And this is what is. Nothing ultimately can be said to be right or wrong or good or bad. It's just what is appearing to happen. And what is appearing to happen subjectively will look different for each individual, right? For me, sitting here, this physical body, this upbringing, this conditioning, this mind, this soul, perhaps, the way this is happening and unfolding right now is happening that uniquely, in a not special way, but just a different way than from what is happening to the other 8 billion people on the planet. There's no one even else in this room with me. There's a beautiful, sweet little dog and cat. And for them, I suppose, reality is unfolding in its own special, unique way as well. Mouth is getting very dry, and I don't have any water or beverage around to quench my thirst. But so that was a pretty long intro. Basically, I think I was just talking about the title, and now 14 minutes longer. 14 minutes later, and nothing really has been said. But that's sort of the joke about non-duality. It's talking about nothing, nothing talking about nothing, no one talking about no one. So simple, so simple. Yeah. So let me go back to the title again, because I'm not even sure that I even made any sense. Not that any of this necessarily does make sense or has to make sense. It doesn't have to. Nothing ultimately has any meaning or purpose. But being, I am, apparently. Apparently, I am here. Apparently, I am now. In terms of time and space, I being the body, or again, maybe being the soul or the Atma, I am here. I am sitting in this chair. I am looking at this computer, and it is now o'clock. It is 12:07 in the UAE on Saturday, April 12th, 2025. According to the story of time, that is the when, and this is the where. And this is apparently happening in time, progression, moment to moment, step to step. It appears to be a process. It appears to be going somewhere. Where is it going? Do I have free will and choice? If I do, how much can I control or manipulate this here and now, this reality, in order to make sure that I end up where I want to be? Where is my destination? Where do I want to go? Short term and long term. Today, during this video, what is my point? Why am I even making this video? Where do I hope to go? What do I hope to achieve in making this video? Nothing. I have no hopes. I have no dreams, no desires. It's apparently just happening. There is no chooser and there is no choice. Life is just appearing to happen. Aliveness. But perhaps I have an idea, consciously or unconsciously, of what I want from this video or from this moment or from this experience. I am at point A and I want to get to point B. Why? Because I think, I feel, I sense, I said that one. I think that point B is going to be better than point A. Or there is the belief that I am moving somewhere. This life is moving. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Time is moving. I have to go somewhere. It's kind of like juggling. You're trying to keep all the balls in the air, and you're just, you don't want to drop the balls. Drop the balls. See what happens when you drop the balls. But in other words, it feels that, time is like a nonstop train. It never stops. Time doesn't stop for anyone. So if it's not going to stop, if I'm going somewhere, I hope it will end up being somewhere good. At least as good as where I am now. Or maybe it has to be, in my mind, it has to be better than where I am now. Maybe I don't like now. Maybe there is a rejection of now, a resistance to now. Maybe there's something uncomfortable here and now, either internally, physically, mentally, psychologically, or perhaps in my external environment. Perhaps there's something adverse or unattractive or painful or dangerous or harmful, and I don't want to be here. I want to escape. I want to escape this here and now. I want to get to a better here and now. The grass is greener on the other side. The sky is more blue. The environment is better. And maybe it is in a quantitative, qualitative way. Maybe it is better. Again, there's no judgment about this story. It's all just a story. So, maybe the new apartment is better than the old apartment, or the new house, or the new neighborhood, or the new school system, the new government district, whatever. Everything in the story can be either better or worse. Better or worse. Here is what is, and it is whatever it is. We could give it a grade out of 100% or out of 1 to 10. How would you grade here and now? You could say, oh, it's about a 5. Yeah, it's not bad. It's about a 7. Oh, I love here and now. It could be Here and now is a 10. Oh my gosh, this is the most amazing here and now. I don't want to leave here and now. I don't want this to change. It's a 10. Do you know how long I've been trying to get to a 10? And you want me to leave the 10? Why? Well, you have to go to work, or you have to be responsible, or it's just changing, and it's by itself, as everything does. Everything's always changing to some degree, maybe to a great degree. What is could be better, could be worse. I hope, I hope that the future is better. I hope that the future just gets better and better and better. And that could mean financially, spiritually, economically, psychologically, biologically, romantically, sexually, um, in any certain or in any way, basically. I just hope it gets better and better and better. Basically, pleasure and pain. I hope that there will be more pleasure in the future, whatever that means for you, however you would define that. I want more pleasure. I want things to get better and better and better. Seems understandable or natural, or what's the word? I don't know. All of this, by the way, that I'm talking about, just a story, is what is. What is inescapable because it's already everything. Now, yesterday, I think I was calling this this. Today, I'm calling this what is. It's the same thing. It's the same no thing. It's not actually happening. What is? What is happening? What is not happening? What is being perceived? What is being felt? What is being sensed? What is the story being told or being seen as a movie? What is the belief? What is the identification taking place? What are you identifying as? Who are you? What is the story of you? If someone were to ask you, who are you? Who are you? How would you answer that question? With what description? With what adjectives? With what story? I am this person. This is who I am. This is my job. This is my marital status. This is my 401k. This is my past. This is my background. This is what I have experienced. This is what I hope to experience in the future. This is me. I am this body. This is the belief that I have about myself. This is what I feel I deserve. These are my goals. These are my fears and desires. These are my possessions. This is what I have. This is what I know. This is what I understand. This is what I cognize. This is what I feel. And I am different from you. We are not the same. Are we? I am aware. I am aware. Are you aware? Oh, you are aware. How many fingers am I holding up? Oh, you are aware. Is your awareness and my awareness, are they the same awareness? Are we perceiving this moment, this reality in exactly the same way? When I go to bed at night, who am I? When this body falls asleep, and the story of me, the awareness, the consciousness of me is also asleep, who am I? Where did I go? Where do I go? When this body dies, will I die? Where will I go? Is there an afterlife? Is there a heaven or a hell? Will I reincarnate into another body? If I'm not this body, if I'm not a thought, if I'm not the story of me, if I'm not this energetic contraction that feels like it's inside of this body, then who am I? What am I? Is there a me? Is there a self? Is there a center, an identity, an entity? What does it look like? Does it have shape, form, color, smell, characteristics? Being with what is as what is. All there is what is. Unconditional freedom, unconditional love, no separation, no things. No one. Much love.